We're going to move our learning on today in literacy, and we're going to use our knowledge of prefixes, that series of letters we put at the beginning of a root word in order to change it, and we're going to apply that knowledge to some reasoning and problems. So we've got three words here: spelt, grace and fend. And I've got to add d, dis or miss to each of those root words to create 4 new words. It says 4, but there are only 3. And then I've got to use each new word in a sentence. I wonder which prefix will fit at the beginning of each of these words. I'm going to try each one and see if they make sense. And if I'm not too sure, I'm going to use a dictionary just to check them. And that's very important. And you need to be patient with that. And if you're not sure, it's not a case of guessing. It is a case of getting a dictionary and checking to make sure you get this right. Spelt. Can I despelt something? Can I disspelt something? Or can something be misspelt? Well, remember I said to you yesterday that when we put the prefix miss, it means we've got something not right. We've got something wrong. We haven't quite got it right. So I can misspell something. So that one is misspelt. So I'm just going to write that on. That's misspelt. Now, degrace or disgrace. Well, if I'm not sure, I'm going to look up both of those in a dictionary, see if I can find them. But I've heard of something which is a disgrace, or something is disgraceful. And that's the opposite. If something's graceful or something has grace, it's something very pleasant, something very nice. So something which is a disgrace is something which is unpleasant. So that means the opposite. And then that leaves me with D, and this does make sense to me because I know that sometimes things have to be defended, protected. So that is defend. And then I've got to write 3 sentences demonstrating those particular words. Okay, so some examples here. Catherine and I misspelt the word apocalypse. Robin was told he was a disgrace to the family after his father caught him stealing. The warriors were told to defend their king and land. So that's an example of the first type of question you'll come across today. Use each word below in a sentence. How does the prefix miss change the meaning of the root word? Well, our root word is behave, so I need to write a sentence using the word behave. And then I put misbehave, which means I'm not getting something quite right. So in this case, I'm not getting my behavior right. So I misbehave. Okay, so I need to write each word in a sentence, and then I've got to answer this question: how does the prefix miss change the meaning of the root word? Let's have a look at some examples. We always behave when we are in school. We always misbehave when we are in school. The prefix miss changes the meaning of the root word because it means wrong or incorrect. Well, that's what I said. It's when you don't do something quite right. Misbehave means not behaving correctly. So there I've explained the meaning as well. Let's have a look at the next question. Jodie and Damon have both used a word with a prefix. Nina was dissatisfied with the service she received from that should be just from her local supermarket. Nina was dissatisfied with the service she received from her local supermarket. Who is correct? Well, we're looking at D, dis and miss. Jodie says dissatisfied. Damon says dissatisfied. I wonder which one it is. Well, if I'm not sure, I need to look it up in a dictionary and not guess. I do know, though, in this case, it is dissatisfied. That is the correct one. And I've got to prove it by using the word in a sentence. Jodie's correct, and her sentence is, I was dissatisfied with my meal I had at the restaurant. And those are the types of questions you'll be coming across today. Remember, do the sheet that you would normally do in class, and if you want to give yourself that extra challenge and you have time, do the next sheet upwards. Please do not guess. Make sure you do check these words properly, and if you're not sure, look in a dictionary.